Everyone. This is part one of my tutorial on how to play and win iCivics' wonderful game, Win the White House. All right, so first you're going to go to iCivics.org, and then you can click on play, or you can type in /games when you put in the address. And then this is the game we're going to play. If you can't find your game, you can go down to the very bottom. They're in alphabetical order. We're going to click on Win the White House. See if I can give you lots of tips and tricks to make it more fun for you. I would recommend playing full screen because it looks really good. And if you log in on iCivics, and you can log in using your Google account, your Gmail account, then it will track your progress. It will save points that you earn on games, and you can spend those to make your avatar look different and wear cool things and stuff. Also, if you're in the middle of a game and you have to leave or quit, if you're registered and logged in, then it will save your progress, and when you come back you can just continue and finish the game. If you're not logged in, then if you end a game early, then it will not save your progress. I'm going to say no thanks just because I know I'm going to finish this game, but normally I would definitely log in. Plus you earn all those points. It's nice to rack up all those points. Right, so if you were continuing a game, there will be a continue game here too, or continue, but this is a new game, so let's go. Alright, so there are 3 levels. There used to only be 1. Elementary school is fun, but it's more meant for elementary school students, so there's less issues, and the answers are easier to figure out. And the issues are less serious. So as you go up in age, the game is more challenging. It's also, the answers are harder to figure out a little bit. And the issues in High School Plus are obviously the most serious. We're going to go with middle school since I teach middle school.
There you are, the next President of the United States. That is, if you listen to my advice. My name's Anna. I'm your campaign manager. My job is to help you run a successful campaign. Together, we're going to persuade voters that you're the best candidate for the job. Let's get to work.
Okay, let's get to work. I do want to mention that settings up here, you can change the volume of things like voice and sound effects and music, since it can get a little bit overwhelming, especially when you're trying to talk. You can also change this game to Spanish if you are better at Spanish or want to challenge yourself to translate and be better at Spanish. You could change it. So that's kind of nice too. You could also turn the audio completely off if you wanted to listen to your own music in the background. That would be a shame though, because so much of this game, the sound is a lot of the funniest moments in it. Alright, so my campaign manager says she's going to help me. How nice. Alright, so when we pick our name and our appearance and our home state, it's fun, but it doesn't matter at all in terms of the game. You can go through lots of these different people, and you can choose whoever you like. I don't know who to choose. I'm going to choose this cool dude. He looks pretty awesome. Having said that, you could choose someone that looks like you. You could choose someone that looks like a famous person you like. You could choose someone who just looks fun to play. But I'm going to pick a name. I don't like to use my name. I like to pick famous people, something fun or something silly. I'm going to be not me, Mr. Griffith, but another more famous Griffith. I'm going to be Andy Griffith. How about that? All right, let's go forward. Now, when you choose a state, you could choose the state you're from. You could choose a big state or one you would like to live in or go to, or you could let it be random. It does not matter at all when you're playing the game. It doesn't help you. You can be from Texas, but the odds are 50-50 that Texas will like you or dislike you when the game starts. So don't let states pressure you by how big they are. All right, so I'm going to do a random state. Colorado. Okay, I've never been to Colorado. I've only flown over it, but why not? Let's be from Colorado. Okay, we're going to pick our party and issues. So when you pick on a party, when you click on one, it'll tell you a little bit about it. Like the Republican Party is usually more conservative. Conservative means that you usually want less change. You want things to stay more the same and less change. These are normally Republican issues, like limited government, like gun rights, like a strong military, being independent from the world, not necessarily working with your allies or neighbors. However, you can, even when you pick a party, we'll see in a minute, you can pick an issue from the other party to support if you want to. You can pick one of those. All right, so having said that, last time I played, I was the Republican Party, so I'm going to switch this time and be the Democratic Party because I like to go back and forth and not get in a rut. The Democratic Party is the older and it's the more liberal one. That means it pushes for change more, and that's changed in a variety of ways, a lot of these different ways. So we have things like immigration reform, campaign finance, which is about money given to politics, clean energy. This one's about climate change. This one's about preventing gun violence. So you see they're similar to the Republicans' issues, but they're not the same by any stretch. And some of the issues will be quite different. All right, having said that, let's go forward. Party doesn't matter as far as points, by the way. You can win with either party. I have dominated with both.
We need to win the party's primary elections before we run in the national race. Let's start by getting ready for your first debate in Iowa. Take ownership of issues that are important to you and your voters.
All right, so we will choose 5 issues, and if we're lucky, at least 2 issues will have this red explosion with the exclamation point. That means a lot of states will like that issue, so we always want to choose those. So I'm going to choose both of these, and I like these anyway. All right, so this one's immigration reform, so when I choose it, they will ask me about it and then make me find the right answer to 2 different questions, basically.
I stand for immigration reform.
I'd like to hear your reasoning.
All right, so of the 3 answers, only one of them is right for this topic, and I have to find it. This one is about fossil fuels. That's not it. This one is kind of silly. It talks about flowers. So this one is it. And they aren't always the longest answer that's right, but this is a good, intelligent answer. So I know it's right. So I click here, comes a star, and I answer.
Okay, and how would you achieve that?
My follow-up question. This one is about talent shows. This one is a little silly. This one is definitely the best.
That might work.
All right, so that's one issue. I'm going to go pretty fast through these. You can always pause and look at what my answers were, but I'm going to pick care for the poor and needy next.
I support caring for the poor and needy. How so?
Silly, excellent, silly. So we're going to go with government helping people out of poverty. That's being poor.
Sure thing. But what are you going to do about it?
That's an excellent answer. That doesn't make any sense with this topic. This one's kind of silly, so it's definitely this one. They aren't always this easy, though.
I bet that would get some votes.
I hope so. All right, so I'm going to pick 2 more that I like. Voting rights is one of my favorite ones because I very strongly believe in voting rights personally, so I'm going to pick that.
I want to protect the right to vote.
Go on, tell us more.
That one's silly. That one is great. That one is about pollution, so it's definitely this one.
I see what you're saying.
All right, I'm going to pick one more here. I like climate change as one too because I worry about it, so I'm going to pick that.
I'm here to address climate change.
Explain yourself.
A healthy planet for us, our grandchildren, and great-grandchildren. That's a great answer. That one is kind of silly, a little bit. That one is about pollution, so it's definitely this.
Oh, I wish I thought of that.
I wish you had too.
One more issue to game. Do you want to stick with the issues of your party? Or break away and be a maverick by selecting an issue more popular with the other side?
So if you want to see what the other party's issues are and choose one, this is your chance. So we've got lower taxes. That's always an easy one to find the answer for. The opioid crisis, that's a serious one. Jobs, school choice, gun rights, fight terrorism, global independence. I think I'll go with fighting terrorism abroad, just to be a little different. So I'm going to present that.
I support fighting terrorism abroad.
Now, but they're going to say, what? Why are you choosing that?
That's a bold choice for this party. Convince us.
That one is the right answer. It's talking about finding terrorists before they get to the United States. That's definitely it.
I don't agree, but I respect your perspective.
Good.
Fantastic debate. You've shown the primary voters what issues are important to you. It's now time to prove to your party that you have what it takes to win this presidential election.
All right, so now I'm going to go into my campaign kit where I pick my slogan. And they have some kind of good ones or serious ones, some kind of silly, funny ones that I like. You can just go through them. And that's kind of nice. That one sounds like a real one. That one sounds kind of funny. Pretty good ideas, huh? Keeping America greater. Ooh, I like that one. I can see the future. That sounds nice. I like that. So I'm going to go with that. And if you were at home on a computer and you wanted to print out, you can print out your personalized campaign kit. I have not done that, but it does seem like a nifty choice. All right, so I'm going to stop part 1 here because that's a good place to stop. And we'll pick it up with starting to win the states over to our way of thinking.